Welcome to my Christmas song. I'd like to thank you for the year. So I'm sending you this Christmas card to say it's nice to have you here.
I'm going to get you Whitelow's tablecloth, but I can't find, I don't know where it is. Oh, really? You want something for the centre? Still, you're not having a set table, are you?
No, I just don't want to take it too up for the single.
There ain't no justice in the West no more.
Well, I would. I said I would.
I heard you.
Don't you? You expect what I've got to say? Yes, boss.
You seen any more of Richardson's?
Yeah, he turned up last night. I said to him, where did you get out to?
Hello.
Hello.
Invitations.
Done it?
The evening invitations.
Done it?
All the flowers.
Okay.
Well, there's only one thing we got to do now then.
You done it?
What's that? Put the decorations up.
No.
What then?
Oh, is that what you want to do?
I'm putting decorations up.
Jesus Christ.
Never picking up to the camera, did you?
I didn't look at the camera. What difference does it make?
Yeah, but where are we going to put the tree?
Show you later.
The mood is right, the spirit's up. We're here tonight, and that's enough. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. The party's on, the feeling's here. That only comes this time of year. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. The choir of children sing their song. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding. to lift a glass. Oh, don't look down. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. The choir of children sing their song. They practiced all year long. Ding dong, 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 dong, dong. The party's on, the spirit's up. We're here tonight, and that's enough. Ooh, simply having a wonderful Christmas time. We're simply having a wonderful Christmas time. The mood is right, the spirit's up. We're here tonight. Oh, that's enough. We're simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. For Christmas
I wouldn't swap her for anything.
Alan, I wouldn't swap him either. I'd give him away. Whoever wants him could have him.
We're starting together, taking a chance on what we feel. We're starting together because we believe our love is real. We'll promise to have and to hold from this day on until we're frail and old. There's no chance of breaking the vows that we're making. We're starting together, and suddenly everything is new. We're starting together, not thinking of one anymore but two. We both have so much that we can learn. Trust and respect we've got to earn. It can only get better. Now we're starting together. It seems only yesterday we met and fell in love. Who'd have believed we Starting together. Starting together.
What's on the tiny
Give me a kiss.
Oh, yeah.
No, bring it to me.
Over this way.
Oh, no.
Morning.
I'm going to stand just there.
Yeah, where are we
going? Oh, then because it is a special day, you know. It's a special day.
Over this way.
Oh, no. Good turn your hand, it.
Are we going to hang around here then, or what?
No, what are you doing? It's funny, really.
We're going to go and sit down.
There's a nice one.
Over this way.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand? Alan, you're giving your bride a ring. Will you now take the wedding ring and place it on the third finger of her left hand? Now, still holding the ring there, Alan, I want you now to make the marriage contract by repeating, I call upon these persons
I call upon these persons
here present to witness
here present to witness
that I, Alan World,
that I, Alan World,
do take thee,
do take thee,
Trudy Clipston,
Trudy Clipston,
to be
to be
my lawful wedded wife.
my lawful wedded wife.
Thank you. Now, will you hold each other's right hands? That's it. Trudy, I want you to make the same contract by repeating, I call upon these persons
I call upon these persons
here present to witness
here present to witness
that I, Trudy Clipston,
that I, Trudy Clipston,
do take thee,
do take thee,
Alan World,
Alan World,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
my lawful wedded husband.
Thank you. Thank you. Alan World and Trudy Clipston, you have both made the declarations prescribed by law and have made a solemn and binding contract with each other in the presence of your witnesses here assembled. You are now husband and wife together. Are you doing a kiss from
Yes.
Please take seats while we check and sign the registers. I'm sorry.
You smile then.
Let's have a little smile. It's not all that serious. You will put to the Trudy, and then I, and then
Right, you will be.
I know, just actually, just
You
smile.
know.
Would you like to look just straight ahead? Okay, all right, yeah, thank you. Go a little bit. Yeah, look up at it, that's very nice, yeah, okay? Look towards it, too, yeah, very nice. That's all right.
Spare one of these.
book. So I never seen something.
What are you doing?
Congratulations.
Would you like to go back to receive your marriage lines, which I hand to the bride, as I understand it's your job to look after them?
How was it?
May I be the first one for my congratulations? I hope you both be very happy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, if you take your husband's arm, Trudy, we'll lead out, and the others can follow behind us.
Yeah, we're good.
Give me a kiss.
Oh, yeah.
No, bring it to me.
What? Oh, this.
Yeah, this.
What is that? No, not you.
Oh. Right.
Mine. Oh, we're going somewhere warm then? You can tell what's going. We're bringing it around.
Why are you leaving?
Yeah, we're good.
I can get that.
Where the wind to go down that side? Together. Okay. Very nice. Did it flash? Did you see it? Cool.
Vote of confidence at work.
Mum and Dad are stuck at the traffic lights.
They're looking for a parking place. Refreshment, that camera. Come in this way. Can we come by? No, you need to take a photo. Well, that's no idea. You take a picture of you as you come in, you see. Sorry. How do you do? Sorry, it's gone again. That's it.
I'll have another one. Yours wanted to, didn't you? I'll have another one.
You want? Yeah.
Shake his hand again, Dad. I missed you.
You get that shit?
Yeah, definitely. Go on then.
Hey! Lewis has gone to the wrong door.
Hey, we go. Just
Oh, he's gone. I wonder what that means. pay charge to you, all see.
Right, okay. So now I'll start my work.
Put your arm around. Where am I sitting?
Call you two off one places.
Here. Trudy.
Trudy's that you?
Yeah, Trudy's, well,
They must be sitting together at least.
Shooting out a really big battery. Make it all punchy, then it'll all wobble.
Trudy.
Yeah.
One drink only. One or the tonic water. Alan.
Sorry? Come on. Tonic
on the bar, really low back.
Could you sort of, could you sort of shake hands? Or?
not again.
Oh no.
They look very nice, didn't they?
Not bad, not
Yeah,
bad.
lovely.
Yeah.
I thought I looked wonderful.
Sure you look cold, isn't it?
Yeah, shivering a little bit, weren't you? But rather nice. So look.
Underwear?
What underwear?
Got my underwear on.
The pink fashions, you mean?
Well, they don't run.
It's what?
Oh yeah.
It's really nice little shepherd's cookie on this, ain't it? Bend down it quick.
You got invited out Christmas.
Go on then, now stick it up. Not whatsoever. Yeah, she's doing good. She's terrible. It'll be spoon, won't it? I mean, I know Maisie's not very good at the night, but she was like,
I'll start down here with it. Ladies and gentlemen, and Alan, it falls upon me, as best man, to usually
Getting hotel.
to usually propose a toast to the bridesmaids. It seems we haven't got any today. Well, have we got one? I made a bridesmaid. Oh well, we're all right. I was told we haven't got one. Well, before I do that, I thought it would be nice to go back over Alan's formative years.
Have you got time for that?
Yes. When I sat down to write the speech, I thought, I don't know what I'm going to write, Alan. What speech about? I ended up on about 11 pages. So I thought, if we take it back to when me and Alan first knew one another. I've known Alan all my life, but in our formative years, which is always what I believe they call them, we lived opposite one another in Ragsdale Street, Rothwell. As normal, but Alan was far from normal, and still is. Boys will be boys, and a gang was formed. First rule being, no girls. That caused a bit of problem because there was Cheryl there. The headquarters of the gang was in Alan's hut, in his back garden. We even had money printed. The head of the realm was Yogi Bear, because that's the only face we could draw. That had to do it. With a flat cap, you see, we could do that. Alan, you remember, tell me true. Alan became the leader. I was the treasurer. And the only other member, a boy 3 to 4 years younger than ourselves, was the go-for. Alan's sister was normally the enemy and was barred from the headquarters. But on occasions it was considered desirable to have 4 members of the gang, and Cheryl was drafted in on that, as long as she wore her jeans. This gang was a gang to match no other. Communications were set up. These were between our 2 houses, because we were opposite one another, on a string telephone. This lasted all of 10 minutes, until a high-sided lorry came down the hill and took the string with it. Alan immediately thought we were under attack and issued the first 5-minute warning. Fortunately for Rothwell and the rest of the world, in more senses than one, dinner was called in 3 minutes and hostilities were thus avoided.
It's very good.
It's all true, this is. It was around this time, as neither of us had brothers, we decided to become blood brothers. Now that proposed a problem because we didn't really know how to become blood brothers. The equipment we used was an old needle.
First aid in Rothwell.
That's my joke coming on! It took me hours! The equipment we used was an old needle and container. No other aids.
Have you got a joke board, Steve?
Alan decided, as usual, I should be the first to go, and he took great pleasure in putting the needle in my thumb. Putting the needle in my thumb and drawing blood. His turn next, I thought, this would be all right. But it was amazing how little blood Alan managed to get from himself. The blood was duly mixed, which presented another problem. We didn't know what to do with it when it was mixed. How do we get it back in our fingers? Well, we got over that by just dipping the injured digit into the mixture. And pronounced ourselves blood brothers, and to this day we remain so.
Very true.
My fingers there to prove it. We must have had a reputation at that time, because we were only 6 or 7 at that time. And I can recall one sunny afternoon, Alan and I were sitting on the pavement outside his house, perhaps planning the next military coup, or how, hang on a minute, and where to breed rabbits. I can always recall Alan and I were talking one day and said, when we get married, we will live next to one another. Not must. To our respective partners. We would live next to a door to another and breed rabbits. Because that's as far as we could see at that time. It sounded a good proposition at the time.
Still is.
Anyway, the fire siren went on. I don't know if you can remember such a thing as a fire siren, but they were pretty good. Well, our first reaction was to find a bomb shelter. But the nearest was a junior school and that was much too far to walk. Before we knew it, fireman Tony Reed, who lived 3 houses above where we were sitting, raced out of his house, jumped on his motorbike, promptly fell off and broke his leg in front of us. Alan and I applauded this display, but immediately got the blame. What have you done to cause him to fall off his bike? So he must have had some sort of reputation. Amongst other experiences we shared in this era was Alan and I sharing a bath. It's something our physiques would prevent us from doing so now. It's very difficult to get one in, let alone...
You wouldn't need much water though.
We could probably share that bath outside there, but that's about it. We camped in the back gardens, where Alan's mother informs me we spent most of the night up a tree, rather than in the tent. Strange creatures we were. Moving on, we became men of the world at 11.
You did, I didn't. You're still looking forward.
We both went... Yeah, that's enough. We both went on a school trip to the Isle of Wight. Now, you must remember this bit, Alan.
Maybe I remember that.
Were you there? The boarding house only had double beds.
Oh, I remember, yes.
And therefore there was always 2 or even 3 boys sharing these beds. Alan and one other boy shared one room together in a double bed. This boy will remain nameless for fear of litigation. But what went on in their room was left to people's imagination. One morning, while both of them were in the room, a series of bangs were heard. On entering the room, it was discovered the bed had broke and the wind had fallen out. To this day, I haven't been able to find out what Alan got up to, but Trudy might well tonight. So if we go around tomorrow morning and the bed's broken, the windows have fallen out, the same thing's happened. In our teens, Alan's early involvement as leader of the gang bore fruit. He developed a fixation for the military. He acquired a movie camera and worldwide films brackets, war games brackets were formed. Hollywood quaked in its boots of the year. Many a weekend, military manoeuvres were underway on Orton Hill, Harrington Aerodrome and various other parts of the county. You can picture the scene. A group of youths, of which there are 4 of us here present at the moment, dressed in normal clothes and wearing a German helmet, occasionally winning an Oscar in the death scene. With a bit of luck, if plans bear fruit, we might see a little bit more of this later on. Eventually, military manoeuvres turned to manoeuvres of a different kind, and we learned the errors of our earlier ways in banning girls. To this end, an advance party of 3, myself, Alan and John, as he could drive, was dispatched to the Isle of Wight for a fortnight's manoeuvres. As luck would have it, the tent was pitched next to a tent occupied by a family containing 2 girls of a similar age to ourselves, and initial contact was made for 2 reasons.
They weren't thrilled.
Yeah, probably were 3. One being the obvious reason, and the other being Alan and I were getting a bit fed up with John's cooking. Baked beans. These not being recommended for consumption when close confined in a tent. They were not necessarily in the priority order either. Alan, who still hadn't quite got it right, made the first contact and suggested that he and one of the girls make a reconnaissance of the woods close by. Unfortunately, this is exactly what Alan did. On returning, we had a debriefing on exactly how many rabbits were in the wood. Not to be deterred, Plan B was put into action, and immediately, we, that is, the 3 of us, invited the girls out for a drink in the evening. The day itself had been wet, and the tent pitched on the top of a hill. On returning to the campsite, the van got stuck trying to climb the hill. Immediately, Alan saw his chance to impress, jumped out the van and offered to push it. However, unfortunately for Alan, the remaining occupants of the van were little interested in moving it. So while Alan was grunting and groaning outside, other forms of exercise were taking place inside.
I wonder what happened.
With 2 plans down, Alan was not put off. We all decided to go to the campsite disco. Quite a lot was drank and a lot of dancing was done. Alan really was impressive that evening, but John Travolta had nothing to fear. On the way back to the tents, we had to pass a swimming pool, which, courtesy of one of the girls, Alan ended up in, fully clothed. What he said to her, I don't know. With 3 plans misfiring, a tactical withdrawal was made, and the 3 Stooges returned to Rothwell still fully intact, unfortunately.
Intact.
Intact. On returning, we deployed the ultimate weapon. We decided to throw parties. Alan soon realised that a party meant cleaning the house up afterwards, so decided to hold them in either my parents' house or John's parents'. Very smart. To a certain extent, these parties were a success. People were passing out, too much being drunk, and we didn't even realise what it was doing to us then, and thickheads in the morning. 2 parties in particular stick in my mind. One where girls from Corby decided to alter one another's appearances. Tactical withdrawal by Alan and I. And on the other, where both Alan and I were calling for Ruth at the same time. Alan over the bath, me over the toilet. This we later found out was a result of coffee laced with fairy liquid. I don't recommend that cocktail. These then were the informative years for Alan, which does explain a lot. Fortunately for Trudy, I haven't been able to discover anything about hers, but I'm sure they must have been just as colourful. I've known Alan now for over 30 years, and in that period he's become a loyal and trustworthy friend. And I had no hesitation in asking him to be godfather to my 2 children. Mainly because I knew he would buy them good Christmas.
Wait till this year, you've got a surprise.
Yeah, it's changed now, I've got my own. Alan has a terrific sense of humour, and as he said about me on my wedding day, nothing is ever too much trouble for him. And sure enough, doing nothing has always been. I've only known Trudy a short time, but that has been long enough to realise she has. That has been long enough to realise she too has a similar sense of humour to Alan. And let's face it, she needs one marrying him. And Trudy again can be relied on. I'm certain that they both will make a success of their marriage, and that this will be the best Christmas present either of them will ever have. I wish them both all the very best for the future. I'd now like you to rise and raise her. See, I've finished the speech now. I'm ad-libbing now. I'd now like you to rise. Raise your glasses to the bridesmaids and toast her health and happiness.
Cheers. That's it. Thank you all for coming. I'm sorry if I've ruined your Christmas Eve.
And shopping on Christmas
And
Eve.
shopping, yeah. But I hope you all found somewhere to park. Thank you, Steve, for what you said. You brought back some memories to me. I'll just have to try and forget them all. But I hope you enjoy the day. And no doubt we'll be all seeing you soon. Tonight. During the coming weeks. Thanks a lot for coming. Anyway. Thank you.
Take out the back and brush it and come back out again.
It's good to see you tonight.
Smiling. Look, now, look. Teresa, give him a cheek.
Take out the back and brush it and come back out again.
It's good to see you tonight.
Smiling. Look, now, look. Teresa, give him a cheek.
Take out the back and brush it and come back out again.
Thanks a lot. Gotta walk in the mud.
No, me, that can't possibly happen.
Don't do free faces, darling.
your face? No. Alright. What are you doing? Are you coming back? Or...
We'll come back for a quarter hour and then go back to feed the horses.
Come on then. Alright. Are you ready then?
It's a nice car. The car wouldn't start.
Yeah. Well, all right then, we'll see you later. That's okay.
Why don't you give
children, listen.